In this video, we are starting our first module, which is the introduction to unit testing. Alright, so what is unit testing? Unit testing is a software testing technique where individual components or modules of a software are tested. It ensures that each part of the software functions correctly on its own, and it also helps identify bugs early in the development cycle and facilitates changes and simplifies integration. So what happens is that you are building a software where you will be having multiple features, multiple components. Now you want to make sure that your application is completely bug free and robust so that you serve the very best to your client. In order to achieve this, you do the unit testing. So you test each part, you test all the features, you test all the components, and you have multiple test cases in all types of scenarios. You do it so that your application is close to perfect. That is what unit testing actually is. What are the benefits of unit testing? So, unit testing offers numerous benefits that enhance the overall quality and maintainability of software. That's it. The first one is one of the primary advantages is early bug detection. So, when you're building a software and let's say there is a minor or even a major bug, while unit testing you can determine that. So, one of the primary advantages is early bug detection, which allows developers to catch and address issues at the earliest stage, thus reducing the complexity and cost of the fixes. So definitely the amount of time you spend building a software means more and more money you spend on it. You can prevent that if you have good unit testing. Additionally, unit tests serve as documentation for the code, providing insights into how different parts of the application are supposed to work. So when you write the unit test, you also write like this part, this feature or this component is supposed to work like this. That is how the unit tests are written. So it is more like a self-documented code. And then the third one, unit testing also supports refactoring, ensuring that changes and optimizations do not break existing functionality, thereby making the code base more robust. It means that your code becomes quite maintainable, and in future if you want to do any kind of changes or any optimizations, you already have your unit test defined for it. So whenever you make changes, you do the testing so that you make sure that the changes do not break your application. Let's understand this by an example. So imagine there is a Sweet Bites bakery that automates its recipes with the software. Now Jamie, the developer, quickly codes a new feature to mix dough, but the cookies turn out awful because the software mixed up salt and sugar quantities. There is more salt and less sugar, or there is more sugar and less salt, like this. So this was a disaster. Why did this happen? Because they did not test. This disaster could have been avoided with unit testing, which is like taste testing each ingredient before baking. So when your cookie is ready, you just taste it, or at least the raw material that you are using. By mixing all of it, you just taste it. That is how the unit testing you do. By testing each component like flour, sugar, chocolate chips separately, Jamie ensures that they are all perfect before combining them. So with unit testing, the software works correctly, the cookies are delicious, and the Sweet Bites customers are happy. So unit testing saves the day by catching the issues early. Alright, so this is one example of the unit testing. And in the next video, we will be understanding what is Typescript, how to work with it, and how to set up the development environment with the Typescript. Alright, so meet you in the next video.